Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be the smear campaign works until it doesn't. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So what is the smear campaign? Well, this is something that the narcissist administers to people, and they try their best to spread false information about people. They're flat out lying at times, and they're smearing people's names. They're saying untruths, and they try to take people down using the smear campaign. Now, the smear campaign happens in business, it happens in neighborhoods, it happens in hobby groups, it happens in romantic relationships, it happens with siblings, it happens everywhere all around you. You just didn't know what the smear campaign was because you most likely are a kind, loving, stable, healthy person. And you probably didn't even know what narcissism was until recently. Maybe this is your first video consuming education and information on the narcissistic abusive cycle. The smear campaign is something that the narcissist uses throughout the relationship and certainly at the end of the relationship to drive a wedge between you and anybody that matters to you. Anybody who will listen to the false narrative of the narcissist can easily drink the Kool-Aid of the smear campaign. Now, keep this in mind. Not everybody on the planet has your best interest at heart. We are learning that. We are understanding that the narcissist is certainly at the top of that list. And we did not know that other people would actually lie about people to their immediate family members and acquaintances and people they're close to. Now, why would somebody flat out lie and smear another person's name? I will tell you why. There are a couple reasons. One, because these people, i.e. the narcissist, they're envious and jealous of you. The second reason is because they're hollow and shallow and there's no substance to them. The third reason is because they want to control the people that are listening to the smear campaign, and they are trying to blow up your relationship and probably your life. Now, the smear campaign, again, when you didn't know what it was, you probably were going through life with rose-tinted glasses on, and you probably were a people pleaser, maybe a yes person, maybe extremely intelligent, maybe you were an empath, who knows, but you had never encountered firsthand the narcissistic relationship. So you didn't know what to expect. You probably were giving to a fault, and you probably couldn't say no, the strongest word in the English language. And remember, when you say no to something or someone, you are saying yes to yourself. When I say no, I mean you were probably just going along with whatever the narcissist wanted you to do in the beginning, because they probably were giving you so much fake adoration and fake attention and maybe fake kindness, maybe even fake love bombing, who knows. But they tried to get as close to you as possible. And they figured out everything they possibly could about you, your hopes, dreams, aspirations, your circumstances, your relationships, how much money you had, if you have a 401k, are your parents alive, etc. They figured all these things out, and then they did their homework, and they weighted that potential relationship. Is this person going to be a person that I could manipulate and fool for a period of time? Do they have what it takes to actually stay trapped in the narcissistic fog where I will place them for a period of time? And can I really get a lot out of this person? Meaning take their assets and their resources, which include their time, money, energy, effort, love, empathy, bank account, everything in their relationships. And then when the narcissist put two and two together and they looked around at the other potential sources of supply, they said, yes, you will do. The person watching the video. And they said, I will do also. And when they entered the relationship with you, it was a roller coaster of emotions. You didn't know where you were going, if you were going, coming, what was left was right, right was left. You were maybe traveling the world, maybe it moved at super light speed, which usually these things do. And then the narcissist was getting really, really close to you. And they were having you share information about yourself and overshare information because now your guard was down. Before you met the narcissist, your guard was down probably, but when you met them, your guard was way down because you were believing in the false narrative of the mask. You were believing in the lies of the narcissist. You were believing in their words, and you were watching their actions, and every once in a while you would see some poor behavior or see them do something that was off base, but you said, you know what, they just had a rough day. It's okay. And you didn't trust your intuition or instincts, and you definitely did not pay attention to the red flags because the narcissist was showing you who they were in the very beginning of that relationship, throughout it, and certainly at the end of it. But again, you were really enjoying this part of your life, which is called the love bomb / euphoric stage. So you let everything go and you went headfirst into that relationship. And when you did it, you did not know what you were going to be entering. And what it was you were going to be very soon placed in a place called the devaluation stage, or the narcissistic fog. This is when you told the narcissist that you love them, or you moved in with them, or relocated, or you loaned them money, or you put a property under their name, etc. Whatever you did something of value for the narcissist, and the narcissist was trying to consume as much of you as they possibly could. Now, while they were doing this, behind the scenes, I can assure you they had other sources of supply. Not necessarily romantic, but other sources, people to talk to and people to spend time with. That's why the narcissist, number one, can't sit still. But number two, they can't be around you 24/7 because they need to get to other sources of supply. They're actually looking for your replacement, which is the new supply. But having said all these things, when the narcissist would be talking to these other people, maybe your immediate family members, maybe your colleagues, your friends, or people in the neighborhood, they would not be saying good things about you. So example, let's say it's a neighbor. Maybe it's your next door neighbor. And the narcissist, back then, you didn't know they were a narcissist. And let's say you were married to them for this example. Well, they would talk to the next door neighbor and they would be saying things not so good about you. And they would be getting closer to the next door neighbor. Now, I'm not saying romantically, but who knows? Anything's possible with these people. But they would be saying things. And then one day you would drive into your house and the next door neighbor would come out of their house and they would knock on your window of your car and say, hey, are we good? Is everything okay? And you had never talked to this person in the past, and you'd be scratching your head saying, yeah, what's going on? I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, we're good. And that person would give you the look, kind of like they knew something not good about you, but you didn't know what it was. What was that? Ding, ding, ding. That was the smear campaign. It was a sign of what was going on behind the scenes. Think about it. Why would a next door neighbor, come out as soon as you pulled your car in the garage or the driveway to ask you if you're good, and you don't even know that person? Well, the reason why is because your spouse was talking to them and saying not good things about you. And that is just one hint. That's one red flag that you couldn't figure out, but now you're getting the wisdom and you're applying the tools and you can identify toxicity from afar. Back then you didn't know. Other examples would be the people, let's say the workplace bully / narcissist. Again, you're doing great at the job, everything's going swimmingly, you're getting promotions left, right, and center, you're doing the job of 2 or 3 people, who knows? And then lo and behold, you're doing a little bit too good of a job. And another department head, or maybe your even direct boss department head, is trying to dump more and more work on you. And they're saying, hey, you should stick around over the weekends and you should work more because so-and-so can't do the job and you need to do it for them. And you're like, wait a minute, it's my birthday. And after that comes a major holiday. What are you talking about? I have 2 weeks vacation, I'm taking it. And they're like, no, not so fast. You need to get this stuff done. And the deadline, by the way, it was yesterday, so start doing it now. And you would be scratching your head. What's going on? I've been a great employee all this time. I'm doing the work of 2 or 3 people. Well, what happens there is the narcissist was drinking the Kool-Aid. The boss was drinking the Kool-Aid from the narcissist, which probably was your coworker, if it wasn't your direct boss or the boss of a different department that is. And they were saying bad things about you, and they're trying to make you pay, maybe even trying to make you quit that job by staying longer and working weekends, etc. Now that is a whole different concern when the boss tries to overwork you and they know that you need the job, but they're trying to get you to quit, or they're trying to force you to do more work, and eventually something will break, because in every narcissistic relationship, specifically with the workplace bully, i.e. narcissist, those relationships fail left, right, and center because people can only tolerate working for the narcissist so long, specifically when they understand what narcissism is. That's why so many times when people are going to look for employment, and then they will ask the headhunter or whoever's trying to get them the job, well, why is there such high turnover in this one role? What's the problem? That is the biggest red flag of all. It's because there probably is a workplace bully / narcissist that will be your direct boss. And that's why nobody wants to stay. And that's why many times they fire people, even if they are doing a good job, because they want the control and they want to be able to change the trajectory or direction of people's lives in a second. That is why working with the workplace bully / narcissist is not a good thing, because they will really do damage to you. Imagine, if you will, and if this resonates with you, drop comments below. You do work with a narcissist. Well, every day you have to wake up and go to work and you're dreading it because you have to have the energy sucked right out of you, and you have to feel the tension of the air cut with a butter knife because you're working in the same environment with that person for 5 days a week, week after week, month after month, year after year. It gets very draining and taxing, and the narcissist knows what they're doing. That's when you're in the office with these people. That's why they will make very loud noises, or they'll be humming, or they will be tapping their pencil, or they'll be playing videos too loud, or they'll be coughing, etc. It's all to disrupt your energy. Think about it. Same thing happens on planes. Same thing that happens in restaurants, etc. But the smear campaign goes on and on and on until one day it doesn't, because all the people that drank the Kool-Aid from the smear campaign, eventually either A, they become a target themselves, B, they are a narcissist, or C, the truth comes out and they can't believe that they too were manipulated for a period of time. So let's say that you were in the relationship. Let's say it was 6 or 7 years as an example, maybe 10, who knows? And then when you did get discarded, and if you did, my heart goes out to you. Well, no one came knocked on your door, and no one said, hey, hang in there, I'm going to be here for you. We can connect and grab a coffee, and I'll help you get through this, or if there's something I can do for you, let me know. You didn't get any of those kind of communications. But those people that you used to know and that you used to surround yourself with when you were in the narcissistic relationship, after time has passed and the dust has settled and they see the cycle going on and on again with a different source of supply, which is not you because you're out of it, that's when they put 2 and 2 together many times and they're like, wait a minute, this person was right. It wasn't them, it was this person, and that person is a narcissist. You have to be kidding me. How did I not see it? You didn't see it, all you flying monkeys and people who drank the Kool-Aid of the smear campaign, because you didn't spend as much time with the narcissist as other people did. You didn't get to see the mask slip day after day, week after week, month after month. You weren't in your own house being gaslit, being stonewalled, given the silent treatment, having cabinets slammed and doors slammed and being screamed at and being told how not liked you are, etc. And then when the front door would open, then that person would be all puppies and rainbows. Remember, the narcissist is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Behind closed doors, that's where most of the abuse happens, but not all of it. But outside to the world, to all you flying monkeys and to all you people who drank the Kool-Aid of the smear campaign, you're probably now becoming a little more awake. You will never be as awake as people who have come through the cycle. It's impossible. But you're probably seeing some consistencies with the narcissist, no matter who they are and where they are on the planet. Because there's one common denominator in every narcissistic relationship, and it's the narcissist. It's not you. When the relationship ended, and it ended with a thud, a crash, a bang, you had to heal. You had to slow your life down and process things. You had to heal childhood wounds, see a therapist, journal, read, meditate. You had to watch videos. You had to really insulate yourself in the cocoon of boundaries and put yourself back together. That is not what the narcissist did. What they did is they went on to the new supply as if nothing ever happened, as if you didn't even exist. They didn't give you closure. They were still pressing on the smear campaign full throttle, and they were trying to blow up more of your relationship. If you want the real truth, they don't want you to exist. They didn't want you to exist. They were hoping to play the victim card from you not being on the planet. Not trying to trigger you or upset you, but that's the one consistency also. The narcissist is a dark energy force, and they will do whatever they can to beautiful, bright, shining lights, to abundant people like yourself, but they couldn't take you down for the count because you're here, and you are understanding that you need to get your cup full, and you're headed towards that pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference, when you no longer care about the narcissist or any people from that period of time. And you've gone no contact, you've blocked them, removed all flying monkeys and people associated with them. Going back to the smear campaign, when it doesn't work, there will be times when it won't work. And when it officially doesn't work, it blows up in the face of the narcissist. And what do they have to do? They have to pack up shop and go to a new city, town, state, or country. That's why they're consistently relocating. That's why the narcissist can't sit still, because they can only fool and manipulate people so long before these people themselves either A, are a target, or B, wise up and figure it out. But all of the people that listen to the smear campaign from your relationship, again, I need to reiterate this. They were either toxic themselves, they were enjoying watching your life implode, or they were so hoodwinked and fooled by the narcissist, which is probably, it's definitely one of those three, but it's probably the last part a lot, that they couldn't see it. Because they couldn't see it because the narcissist is such a convincing actor or actress, and they really can pour on the crocodile tears, and they can really say whatever they want to about you when you're not there. Think about it. Why is the smear campaign called what it is? It's meant to smear your name, your image, your honor, your dignity, your reputation, but you're never there to defend yourself because you don't even know what's going on. And I can assure you it was going on early on when you met the narcissist. You just didn't know it, using that neighbor example. It's been going on in the workplace, you just didn't know about it. It's been going on in hobby groups and communities that you're part of, maybe even religious organizations. It was going on with your spouse or your romantic interest, because what they were doing is they were probably triangulating you with another source of supply and smearing your name and doing the same thing with that person. And they're triangulating another person and another person and another person. That's how they go on from person to person, place to place, town to town, city to city, country to country. They don't care about anybody but themselves. But when the smear campaign fails, and eventually it will, it's going to backfire in the face of the narcissist, and they will be revealed. They will be discovered. They will be found out. And if it already hasn't happened, just hang on. It will happen. Now, I'm going to say this, side note, pro tip. We don't wish ill will on anybody on the channel or in the community. I certainly don't. I never have, and I won't begin now. But the narcissist's life, it will go sideways if it already hasn't. And the reason why that is because everybody's life goes sideways eventually. Think about you. You were in the narcissistic relationship. You thought you just found gold, but you found fool's gold. And your life went sideways for that relationship also. Think about it. Well, now you've healed. Well, now it's your time to have a peaceful, calm, serene rest of your life, or enter a relationship with a stable or healthy person who perhaps also has been challenged, but they know who they are. That's what you do. That's what I do. But the narcissist, what they do is they just look for other unsuspecting people who they can smear their name to other people with, and they try to take as much from those people as they possibly can. That's what they did with you. They came at you under cloak and dagger, like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah, that's what it is. And they acted very similar to you. They assimilated themselves with you. Once they got to know you, they took everything they possibly could, time, money, energy, effort, love, empathy, everything. And then they went on to the new supply, and they discarded you most likely. That's how the cycle goes around and around, and it will continue to go around and around and around, but it needs to go around without you. And my hope is one day narcissism is extinguished on the planet, meaning it no longer will be here or prevalent, but that day isn't today. That's why you need to have boundaries. That's why you need to say no, the strongest word in the English language. That's why you cannot be a people pleaser, and that's why you need to understand who you are and your value, and know what you've gone through is something that most people don't go through. What you've gone through and defeated is something that many people don't do. And when you found that needle in a haystack, perhaps you typed in the browser, spouse won't talk to me. That's the key to unlocking the narcissistic relationship, because that was all the wisdom and the education in one sentence that you needed to find. But you didn't find it until you were ready to find it. And many times it's not until it's A, too late, and B, you've been discarded, but it's not always that way. So understand what I'm sharing with you. The smear campaign will always go on until it doesn't. It will always work until it doesn't. But there are people that can see between the lines, that can see the narcissist for who they are. And there are people that when you were in that relationship with the narcissist, they were watching from afar, and they were watching your life honestly becoming decimated. And they knew what kind of relationship you were in, but they couldn't say it. And I'll tell you why, because you probably wouldn't have believed them, number one. And number two is because it wasn't their business. They had to sit back from afar, because maybe those people themselves went through a narcissistic relationship and they wanted to help you out, but they knew that you had to figure it out for yourself. That's what I had to do. That's what most of us have to do. We have to find that needle in a haystack on our own, because if somebody else had told us, hey, you're married to a narcissist and this isn't going to go well for you, you would have probably taken the side of your spouse, because you're in the fog, or you were in the fog too deep, and you thought that you knew better than somebody trying to counsel you. But now you understand that no, many people, or not many, but there were people that did know what kind of relationship you were in, but they couldn't say it. And they did not drink the Kool-Aid from the smear campaign. Again, they had to stay small and off the radar, though, because they didn't want to become the next target. This is how the cycle goes on and on. It's meant to isolate you. It's meant to have you lose your identity. It's meant to have you lose your purpose. It's meant to keep you locked up in the evaluation stage and that narcissistic fog. And it's meant to not have you break free, but you did break free, or you are breaking free. And understand this before I close the video. 1 minute in a narcissistic relationship, once you've identified that's what it is 1 minute too long. You deserve better. You deserve peace, abundance, serenity, clarity, and prosperity. Everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. God bless you all. I love you, and I hope you get the message. The smear campaign is one of the more challenging things to go through, but once you understand that not explaining or defending it and staying small and healing is the path, the sooner off you will heal. I love you all. God bless you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. Bye.